95 Cutlass of Mike Oldham from Alford, Florida, the right-hand side of the drag strip. And Taryn Thompson from Blue Lake Harbor, New Jersey. 2005 Extended Cab S10 Truck Team TNT Racing. So Taryn Thompson, currently qualified number 9 at 4:41, and Mike Oldham was qualified 12th at 5:025. Thompson taking her time now, stages the truck. Little wiggle down low for Tara Thompson. Mike Oldham is clean, goes 495.4 at 141 miles an hour, as Tara Thompson goes 526.2 at 107.68. Here comes Alan Drinkwater, not currently on the qualifying sheet, and number 1 qualifier, Amber Franklin. Franklin, the pickle-built, Busey-powered Camaro, and Drinkwater, that gorgeous 1997 Olds Cutlass in red, white, and blue. So here comes Amber Franklin. How low could she go? Purging the nitrous on the right-hand side of the drag strip, as Alan Drinkwater waiting patiently here in the Olds Cutlass. Jeff Anderson Auto Body, the sponsor of the car, likely the outfit that painted that machine, which is gorgeous. And one last purge of the nitrous for Amber Franklin as she pulls the car down in the low gear and gets ready to move ahead. Franklin's car rattles the tires as Drinkwater jams gears to 456.3 at 146.38 miles an hour. So he is on the qualifying sheet. Franklin clicks it early after shaking the tires, goes 6:10.2 at 75.5 miles an hour. Mike Schmidt and Kyle Salman coming up right now. Schmidt qualified 19th. Salman sitting 8th right now. The Port Charlotte, Florida-based 69 Camaro of Salman uses Nelson power. Crew chiefs Kyle's dad, Matt, and Mike Schmidt from Sunrise, Florida. So Kyle Salmon rolls ahead, the beautiful blue Camaro. Carbon scoop. And Schmidt, the flame job in front of that 2002 Camaro. Salmon and is able to drive through it. Goes 442.5 at 161 miles an hour as Schmidt goes 465.4 at 152.
I apologize. I just had to talk to the American-made Motion Raceworks, Doug.
Mover shaker, headline maker himself, Doug Cook.
Isn't it something? It is. That is a story like you thought you would heard in the 20s or 30s. You know what I mean? Ford, Chevy. No, for real. When guys would start something, and your growth is incredible, man. I'm telling you.
Pryka takes no credit for any of that, by the way. Mike Pryka is here. He's a security detail guy this
weekend.
weekend.
He's got the Hawaiian license.
Doug Nickel.
Oh, that's nice. Real nice, man. Nickel's got the black stripes over the top. And here comes Voss. Dylan Voss right there, West Palm Beach, doing the burnout. We got a stick car, right? Of course.
Yeah, you know, Voss is, those guys are heavily involved in that Mike Murphy car. So when that incident happened earlier, they were down there front and center. And he's, of course, professional level racer. Dylan Voss going to be able to clear that out of his brain for the time being, concentrate on the task at hand. They're currently qualified number 2.
Well, he'll back up after a long drive down there with the tires spinning, putting some heat down in that lane. And his wife, Heather, I believe, standing down there, ready for her man to do his work right here. So, Voss Racing. Now, is Kenny Voss the father, right? Voss.
Sure.
Voss chassis.
Suncoast race cars, of course, Voss wheelie bars, Voss racing engines, Race Light lithium batteries, Chemplex Industries, and Vigilante Associates. See the name Vigilante Associates on the doors of that 2007 Cobalt. Very, very crisp sounding engine there for Dylan Voss as Doug Nickel from Dearborn, Michigan, appropriately enough in a Ford, rolls up on the Tripp Law Firm side. In goes Nickel, and here comes Dylan Voss. And Voss on a very clean and very quick pass, 4:19.3 at 169 miles an hour. Slows by about 100th off it yesterday, but the quickest pass of the round so far by a country mile. Sub 1 second, 60-foot time, 9:99 as Nickel goes 6:61, shaking the tires early.
Look at Fred down there looking for a home, man. Standing down there in the center, getting ready to go. Here's Stillwell, Rob Stillwell, Baltimore, Ohio. I know that would have thrown you off for a loop. The 92 Lumina will be here in the left lane. 6:32. Really? Hold on. What do you got there, Tyler? Who's in the right lane?
Here, Al, let me give you a history lesson. That car in the right-hand lane is the back-to-back Pro 632 PDRA World Champion car, previously driven by Voss and Stefano, still owned by Shameless Racing, now driven by Florida's own Walter Lanigan. 68 Camaro Musi 632, true 632, 32, 6, 36 jet. Let me get that out. It's too many 6s and 2s and 3s in this thing.
We're going to watch, hey Rainman, we're going to watch Judge Whopper tonight. What was that?
Yeah, that was good. They do call me Rain Man. Yeah. Dan Ferguson used to drive this car for Henry Duguay. Voss and Stefano and that crew bought that hot rod, put it in 632 trim, and the last 2 years in the PDRA won back-to-back world championships. Walter Lanigan's in the seat for the 2022 calendar year, currently sitting number 17 outside the field, but we all know that hot rod can go all the way to number 1 in one hit.
And this concludes Story Time with Uncle Tyler. Rob Stillwell from Baltimore, Ohio is like, what about me? What about me over here? Am I going to chop liver? Exactly. The 92 Lumina 615-inch mill for Stillwell.
It is so nice to see Dan Marino came out standing down there in the center of the track this weekend.
Even nicer that he put on a jacket from 1994.
That's right. Right when I think that, or what was it back in the 80s? 16-0, the Bears, and they were the only ones, or 15-1.
The Bears. But the starter jacket in the 90s was like currency in high school. The cool starter jacket was a must-have. In goes Stillwell. And West Stefano, 984.60 foot time, 4:12.7. 173.61 right up to the top of the qualifying order goes Walt Lanigan with a bullet. 6:53.4 at 73 miles an hour for Stillwell. Lanigan out-qualifying the field by half a tenth right now.
That is pretty impressive.
That's
man.
real impressive.
Is Tao with him?
Vinny LaRosa and Dave Fallon Jr. LaRosa driving his own race car, was not in the seat yesterday, but has climbed into the seat today. The landscaper from Massachusetts. Dave Fallon Jr. from Belleville, Michigan. 2002 Chevy Camaro, left-hand side of the racetrack. Fallon currently not qualified. LaRosa sitting 15th. So LaRosa, the Shameless Racing sponsored Duster, began life as a bracket car up there in the New England area with a small block Chevy, and has progressed into the monster you see now sitting on the right-hand side of the racetrack. And Fallon has been sitting in pre-stage waiting for LaRosa to move ahead.
All right, well, pedal fast in qualifying. How about it? I don't mean let's do it to anyone behind him. I'm just saying take it easy. The run's over once you go that way. Anyway, did I tell you that Motion Raceworks is in the house?
They are. You got their TBM trailer over there. They got all the stuff.
Sweatshirts, T-shirts, all types of stuff. Hey, here's the guy who won last time we were here, right?
Speaking of T-shirts.
Oh, look at that car. Man, is that sharp looking.
Speaking of T-shirts, first floor of the Timing Tower to get your U.S. Street Nationals presented by Diamond Pistons event shirt here this weekend.
Absolutely, and they're beautiful, by the way.
They
so
are
go on down
stunning.
there. Victor's wife, who's in charge of that whole deal.
Valentine's Day is on the way.
Oh, man.
What a gift.
And that is not a heartbreaker there.
No, that is a heart maker.
That is. God bless you. Man, your brain's fast. Anyway, Mike Clark coming up. That gorgeous Chevrolet right down there, 2018.
Mike Clark and Darrell Stewart coming up. As you mentioned, Al, Darrell Stewart picked up the check last time we were here.
Oh, absolutely. The chassis engineering in-house car right there for Stewart. Clifford, the big red dog, standing behind it. Murphy and the company ready to go. Oh, look at that. Now you look at two cars that almost look identical in the build. And look at that 412.7. He almost matches that last run, right?
Unbelievable. Stewart, 412.7, 173 miles an hour, as Clark goes 835.5 at 64 miles an hour. Stewart goes to the thou to match Lanigan, but Lanigan keeps it on speed.
Look at the difference in speed.
0.4 of 1 mile an hour.
Wow. Boy, is that sharp. That is sharp. Rick Alford coming up. That explains it, the last name. Out of Lakeland, Florida, the 93 Mustang will be in the left lane. 632, the category. Man, there's some fast cars there. 412, the 7, they both went the same. In the top of qualifying, and as Brian pointed out, it went to the mile per hour, and I'm talking like someone just got maybe the way the wind's blowing could have made him get that mile per hour. I mean,
yeah, 0.4 of 1 mile an hour. I mean, that is just infinitesimal. So we have called Pro 275 to the lanes. We need Pro 275 cars in the lanes. Pro 275 to the lanes. Rick Alford from Lakeland, Florida, completed the burnout, backed his way up to the starting line. Now going to move this low-slung Mustang ahead. He's sitting 23 right now.
I like the Monacos, man. The old note on the front, the old gold sitting there, the way the car is designed, the old Boss stripe coming off the hood. Good-looking car.
3 cars yet to run here. We have 1 car and then a pair, and unfortunately it looks like Alfred's having a problem. Purges the nitrous a couple times.
Oh, I thought that was him in the suit. I thought he was tuning it up. All right, so the purge is down.
Shifting gears as Rick Alford. Car pushed itself right of the groove after it left for the front end of the air. He lifted wisely. Goes 578.6 at just 92 miles an hour. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous gold machine over there on the McFarland Racing side. Just looks so good under the Florida sunshine here on this chilly Saturday at Bradenton Motorsports Park.
God, it brings back memories of that Pro Mod. The gold one back in Pontiac.
It was Pontiac Firebird out of the Pacific Northwest.
Pretty, man. Look at it. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I won a couple of NHRA national events, won Norwalk one year, if I remember right. Justin Bond drove it a few times before he got a car of his own. and trouble on both sides of the racetrack. Both drivers shaking the tire. That's Jesse Fellary driving the Corvette. Goes 795.83 at 55 miles an hour. Wes Stefano was in that 68 Camaro. But
they just got that car done.
Yeah.
I mean, according to FB on your phone, Facebook. Anyway, but a gorgeous car.
So it is radial prep time. Next category up will be Pro 275, brought to us by Proline Racing and Fuel Tech. Lots of Pro 275 cars in the lanes, and Proline Racing and Fuel Tech stepping up big to sponsor the category here at these 2022 U.S. Street Nationals presented by Diamond Pistons.